All right, what's up, guys? In this video, we're going to talk about step 3. So this is step 3 of a total of 5 steps to make money with surplus funds and overages. The third step is probably the most difficult for a lot of people, and that is to contact your claimants. Okay, so once you've gotten your leads, you've done your research, you know who's owed the money, what debt was there, you did your skip tracing. Now you've got this contact information. You need to reach out to these people and let them know that they're owed these funds. Okay. Now, how are you going to do that? Well, by any means necessary. Use your phone. You can call them. You can text them. You can send an email. You can send a letter, postcard. You can hit them up on social media. Like whatever method that you have at your disposal, I say use it. Okay. There's other methods as well. You know, it's good to have a website where you can capture people's information. They can go and visit. But there's going to be some sort of outbound activity to get inbound leads. And what I mean by that is in order for someone to find you, you have to do something to make yourself known. Okay. And that could be a phone call. It could be a letter, could be a voicemail, like whatever it is, you're going to have to do something to get somebody's attention so that they can respond to you or at least do their due diligence on you and decide if they want to have a conversation or not. Okay. So that's very important. And because of that, if people don't, here's the bottom line. If people don't know who you are and how you can help them, it's very difficult to make money in your business. Okay. So this step is, in my opinion, the single most important step in the business. It is what you should probably devote most of your time to or your resources to, is figuring out how you can get as much attention as possible to your solution, okay, or to your offer, which is to help them recover their surplus funds, right? And so, but a lot of people struggle with this step because of rejection. Nobody likes to be rejected, let alone be rejected by people you don't know. Okay. It's not a good feeling. Okay. You don't want to bother people. You don't want them to think that you're a scam. Like we put so much value or emphasis on other people's perspective of us that it really destroys our ability to make change in our life. And this is something that I've struggled with as a natural introvert. Is I'm like, well, I don't want to bother people, blah blah blah. But here's the bottom line, guys. If you have something like a skill or knowledge that can help somebody, why would you not share that with people? Like what is the better option? You have one person over here that's like, okay, I could help people, but I don't want to bother them, so I'm just not going to let people know how I can help. On the other hand, you have another person that's like, I can really help these people, so I'm going to do everything I can to try to at least present the opportunity so that they can make a decision and I can have the opportunity to help them. Those are two different mindsets, right? But I would argue that the person over here that's like, I can help, but I'm not going to do anything about it. It's kind of a selfish attitude because they're not willing to put themselves out there. And they say it's because, oh, I'm not going to bother people, but it's really because you're just afraid of being rejected. Okay. So enough of that. I've just seen, for me, this was the hardest part for me when I got started in the business. And to this day, it's still difficult. I still don't like talking to strangers, but I will do it because I know it's necessary to get a deal done. Okay. So with that being said, here are some things that can help you overcome that. Use a script. Okay. Not to be robotic or generic, but just as a guide to help the conversation flow. Okay. So I provide that in my program. It's also good to have, a summary of all of the ways to respond to someone when they have some sort of question or objection. Okay. If you can learn those up front and understand what are the most common objections in the surplus funds business, and you can form what are called rebuttals, okay, or responses to those objections, that's going to make the process go a lot smoother. Okay. And then finally, guys, like, understand too that it is a process. Okay. It's helping someone recover their surplus funds is kind of like dating in a way. When you first contact someone and you let them know they have money available, if you try to get them to enter into an agreement with you, sign a contract, that's kind of like asking someone to marry you on the first date. It can work, but it's not ideal. Okay. And so I've developed a process where it's like, okay, we're kind of going to warm the person up before we ask for a commitment. Okay. It's not going to take very long, but on our initial contact, we're not telling people, hey, this is what we can do. Here's our contract. If you want to get started today, sign it. That's not how I do it. There are other people that are more aggressive than me, and if that's your model, cool. Nothing against it. I've just found that it's easier for myself, my students, and for the clients if you kind of put them in a process that kind of warms them up, lets them know who you are, how you can help them, maybe gives them some value up front, some education about, okay, what is this? What is surplus funds? Why are we reaching out to them? Why is it important for them? How can it help them? And then offer the service to recover their surplus funds. I've found that's a little bit better method, or it's more preferred. It's just my preferred method. Okay. I'm not saying you have to do that, but that is step 3 is contacting people so that you can let them know who you are, how you can help them, which then gives you the opportunity to serve someone and make money. All right. That's it for this video. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you in the next one.